Indiana sheriff just pulled me over. Said he seen me grab my phone, so we'll see what happens. So honesty goes a long way. The sheriff said, "Sir, I seen you grab your phone out of the holder." I said, "Yes, sir, I'm not going to lie. I got my headset on and I can voice command accept that phone call. But this time it didn't work. Many a times this thing is old enough, it hardly ever accepts it anymore." So I reached up and I said, "Sir, I grabbed that off of there and I answered that." And I stayed focused on the road. I answered the phone and then I had it in my hand here as I was driving and listening and talking to the other fella, another former driver that I used to work with. And I said, "That's exactly the truth. And now you got to do your job." And he says, "All righty, I guess I will." And so he went back to his cruiser, came back less than 2 minutes, and he says, "I really appreciate your honesty. We're going to give you a warning, you know." I said, "Hey, I already know that all of us truck drivers, man, we're professional drivers. We're held to a higher standard. You do not reach for that phone." But I said, everybody does it. Every truck driver I pass out here does it. I'm not sitting there TikToking and Facebooking and dwelling on the phone. It was just, I reached for it. He was right next to me. He's seen it. I had it in my hand briefly. And, it happens. But what goes a long way, what I noticed there is, he could have gave me a ticket, wrote me up, but I was honest with him. I told him exactly. I'm not going to try to lie to him. "Oh, I didn't have it." Well, you saw it. If you seen me have it in my phone, in my hand, then it was in my hand. So I just was respectful to him, and he was very respectful and honest back with me, and it went a long way.